When a movie gets a lot of hype from a director that's made an impact with their storytelling, as well as their masterful ability to create tension in film, it always makes me a little bit nervous about the finished product. Like, you wonder if they're going to play it safe, or if they're really truly going to try something different to further cement their legacy. So I'm going to go into a movie asking crucial questions like, will this be what it's marketed to be? Does the trailer give away too much? Well, the answer after watching it last night is nope. It was a solid film, but I do have some notes. Let's talk about what made sense and some of the things I still have some questions about. Let's go.
My hand, yeah, take my hand. Follow me, follow me, yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
To the sand.
Welcome back, digital family. It's been a second since we came to the media couch, and I've definitely missed seeing all of your digital faces. Listen, before we jump into all of the Afros and UFOs in terms of this picture, please subscribe, like, and share the page so we can continue to grow the community and the conversation. I definitely appreciate everyone that supported the page. Let's jump in. Now, my first review on this page was Jordan Peele's Get Out. So I had to put something together for what looks to be one of his biggest film releases of his career. Ever since I saw the trailer for Nope some time back, I've been eagerly awaiting the day when the film hits theaters. And yesterday, that day came, and I was satisfied for the most part. It was a thrilling adventure, but the conclusion wasn't exactly the big bang I was expecting. But let's kind of start from the beginning. The film has an amazing, amazing cast. We've got Keke Palmer, who we know from a variety of different things, Daniel Kaluuya, who is Black Panther and many other films, Brandon Perea, who I've heard a lot of great things about, Stephen Yeun, who's done some things, and Michael Winscott, and of course, the legendary, silver throat, legendary Keith David. Definitely love him, and anything he's in, I want to be a part of. So the story basically is around this family in which they train horses that are used by Hollywood for shows and movies. They're also one of the few Black companies to be able to do this, and one of the most established. One thing I do love about Jordan Peele is he always finds a way to inject some of the forgotten or overlooked history for people of color into his projects, and I'm always going to be here for it. The father, who is clearly the driving force for this enterprise, and OJ, who's played by Daniel Kaluuya, he appears to kind of be, his apprentice in terms of what his dad is doing. You've got Emily, who's played by Keke Palmer, who's way more focused on kind of her own aspiration and looks at the family business as something to do on the side while she kind of focuses on the things that she really wants to focus in on. And the movie does give a little bit of nuance as to kind of why she decided to kind of feel that way. Well, how it goes is while out in the field on a horse, the father is killed by some debris that falls from the sky. After his passing, the responsibilities of the farm kind of fell on OJ and M to figure out, and they kind of show that dynamic playing out. Now, in addition to dealing with their father's weird passing, they also discover the possibility that something that looks like an alien craft is hiding in a cloud and consuming things on the ground. Real weird, right? Well, they could have sold the ranch and left out, but OJ, felt a responsibility to continue his father's legacy. So he decided to stay and comes up with the idea that he wants to capture whatever is hiding in the cloud and find a way to show it to the world, reap any financial rewards that come with it, and see if that's going to help him in terms of the dilemma with the farm and everything else. Now, it was interesting to kind of see the approach between the brother and the sister when it came to the plan in terms of getting the shot or the footage, because OJ was really focused on getting some level of exposure that he could monetize and save the family farm with, whereas M was a little more focused on turning this into a major discovery that could be bigger than just a quick story. The Oprah shot is what she coined it to show you the height she was kind of aiming for in terms of that. So regardless of their approaches, as to why, and they wanted to get the footage and the activity, they were both focused on getting it, which was kind of cool to watch as well. The entire movie is really set around these two focusing on getting that actual shot. So the whole film is pretty much them trying to find a way to document this phenomena on film. When trying to capture this spectacle, as they call it, essentially a spectacle of this magnitude, you can only imagine they ran into a few challenges. And as a result, that's when they enlisted the other characters of Brandon Perea and Michael Winscott to kind of help them assist him get everything taken care of. But there were some lessons that they learned in that process. One, it consumes only what it looks at. Second thing is there are certain things it doesn't like and it may reject. And lastly, anytime it's around, electricity shuts down and nothing pretty much that has to function through electricity is going to work. Now, let's talk about what made sense in this movie. There was some commentary on YouTube and social media spaces about how the scene with the monkey tied into the overall story, and I've got some thoughts around it. Many people thought that it didn't fit, and I think it's a message around a perceived level of control that we think that we may have. And here's a couple of examples. When OJ was on the set with the horse, he was giving the crew instructions on how to treat the horse and what to do to keep them calm and be able to perform at their peak. Well, regardless of the instructions, the horse eventually bucked and hurt someone, and he was, basically let go from that particular position. An example of trying to train something and that thing still doing what it's going to do regardless of whatever it's been trained to do. Another example is when the chimpanzee went crazy and killed everyone and all of that. Again, it showed you that there was another trained animal that they tried to train and control, but they failed. And then finally, Stephen Yeun's character was putting together whole shows that put the spacecraft in the clouds in a position to eat a horse while the crowd watched for entertainment. And he charged money and everything like that. It was a big spectacle. Keep hold of that word. But then once again, that plan backfired when a spaceship didn't eat the horse and ate everyone watching. Once again, they tried to control a wild animal and failed. Showing you what happened to the monkey is basically showing you that we keep assuming or making the same mistake of assuming that we can control what can't be controlled. So I think that's the message they were looking to drive in that. You can definitely tell me in the comments what you think about that, but that's kind of my thought process of what I kind of got from that. What I still have some questions around. Why, help me out here. Why did the Fry guy continue to keep going back to the Haywood farm? That's a big question of mine. Like, I know, you get custom reviews and do all that stuff like that, but he knew he was potentially putting his life in danger and he did not have to come back. They even went to his house one time for a second, but he continued to go back out there. And I just wonder what drove this character's motivation to continue to be part of this. I'm curious about that. Another question I have. The expert photographer that they brought in to try to capture the photo, who talked in a cryptic way about the shot that was impossible while sacrificing himself for the shot. I didn't understand that. And it's like, did he know that the footage wouldn't be viable after he did that? Or did he know something we didn't know? Why not continue to capture it from a distance? Like, it was a weird one for me in terms of that one, but I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be explained. Maybe not. We'll have to see. Stephen Yeun's character, and I might be saying his name all wrong, I apologize if I am, but Stephen's character, he was the kid basically that they showed watching the chimpanzee go crazy on set. And that was a crazy scene, but it was great. He saw up close what could happen when you attempt to tame or control a wild animal. So my question is, how is it he felt comfortable being a ringmaster for an alien spacecraft that consumed things on the ground? I didn't understand that. Like, you saw the tragedy that an untamed or a wild animal could do. Why would you want to be next to that, especially just to monetize that spectacle? So I think that the message was, around how we continue to do things that are dangerous just for spectacle or money that could bring us harm without any real regard to the consequences. I think that's kind of the message or something that he might be shooting for in that regard. But overall, I really think that this was a great movie that kept my interest. The cast was incredible. The film was really fun to watch. I was entertained from start to finish by Kiki's antics and Daniel's brilliant portrayal of OJ. The way he was able to convey the struggle and pain of this character with minimal words and facial expressions was brilliantly executed. My only area of disappointment for this film was in the ending, and I've seen others say this as well, but I just thought it was a little underwhelming. I felt like there was a lot of buildup to where something was going to happen, and we kind of saw some things where they were going, and I just felt like when it concluded, I just was kind of left wanting more. I wanted to see the true shape of the alien. I felt like it fanned out, looked like a big kite of some sort or whatever, but I just didn't feel like I got a chance to really see it and get up close to it as much as I would have preferred to see it. And I just had questions like, is that the true shape of it? Is there more? Is it really gone? Is it really, dead? And I don't know. I don't know what I expected, but I just felt like the ending kind of came and went, and it just was a little underwhelming for my taste. But anyway, Outside of that, I felt like the cinematography and the sound were next level. For a 2-hour movie, the pacing was perfect, and it had just the right amount of comic relief, to make it where it was viable and it felt good and it flowed and it was organic. So overall, I thought it was a great movie. I didn't love the ending as much, but I feel like Jordan Peele once again proved that he can not only make conversation pieces, but just great films that are very enjoyable as well. So tell me, what did you think in the comments? Did you like it? Did you not like it? I know some people thought it was like the greatest movie ever or the best movie of this year. Others felt like not so much. So tell me in the comments what you think and all of that stuff. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate those who support. Take care. Peace.